Y'all, so there's been body cam of two cops, two minority sellout, trash, thug, demonic, and dick sucking to white supremacist cops. I call it like it is. Um, had planted drugs on this brother named Ronald Shields, a middle-aged, older man of African American descent in Los Angeles, California, and he was stopped, and when they was trying to arrest him, you can see the Latino one, that's the Pocho, put the Pocho coconut, well, they picked cotton too back in the day too, strawberry picking, don't know different, cotton picking coon, put the dog on cocaine, and the Asian cop thumbs up. So I had to look back at the video anyway. So they did not know they forgot they were being filmed doing their dirty work, and they was bragging about this. Now, everybody, I noticed when I saw this on the Vice show, I saw comments I just mentioned on my Terry Crews video, that I saw the story comments about Asian and Hispanic folks not our friends, and I had to look here. At first, I got upset because I have an Asian adopted cousin on my white ancestors' side of family tree that I researched last year. This white relatives. I saw Answer.com, and also I'm also part Hispanic and Spanish Creole because that third grandfather of mine on my mama's side of family, who was married to a black Spanish Creole woman. Her last name was Rouse, but the Real refers to her dad. Records show El Real in Spanish. Okay, if you know that Louisiana had Spain, Louisiana. Okay, repeating that, people just think of French, and that's not me too. Because those who just first get on the video, first watching the video, my background is African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, and American. So technically, I'll check the boxes to be black, white, Hispanic, and American. American Indian. Even though it's not politically correct, say American Indian, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's what I am. That's my background. My parents are not 100% black, and neither the guy that's on the video who's being the victim. None of us are not with the one drop rule. Okay, so that's why I put in parentheses black, because he identifies black, but technically he needs to have other races in here besides black. One drop rule was not for us. It was for the massive rape the slaves. So when the babies came out, by them having a drop, that's why we don't all look alike. Okay, by them having a drop, they were considered a slave because of the condition of the mother, okay, as a slave. So please, if you to call me a coon, when I mentioned, even though my grandma was a white woman after slavery, married a mulatto, but Creole mulatto, to be per se, but if it did come from master's rape, besides her, um, that's not being a coon, mentioning the truth, because truth sets you free. And actually, you're making sure that telling the whole world that America was not all that great, okay, is what the Trump supporters would say, okay? So they were raping people, and they claimed to be Christian, and they carried the Bible every Sunday in church, and they not only was raping men, like I was talking about the Terry Crews situation with the butt breaking in the South, the so-called Bible South, that lets you know it was not all that Bible South. It was a hypocritical, a part of the nation, okay? So, and I'm from the old hypocritical South. Although I have to say that we Astros beat LA, okay? So, that's such a video, but I will do a video about that too, that we Astros beat LA Dodgers. Sorry, okay, y'all. To the living, losing LA. Okay, point is, get to the subject. So, there was these two minority sellouts, these two corrupt cops of color had planted evidence, and then when the media came and talked to them, they was trying to hide and they wanted to talk about it because they know their guilty asses got caught. And a lot of folks, everybody got upset about the comments I saw that I also, if you know on previous videos, said that minority cops, and I do include those African American descent, are the worst cops. And I know you're going to say, why did I say that? And I want to become a cop if I'm not famous in the entertainment industry, if I ain't got my entrepreneurship goal. The next thing is to work in law, to be a defendant of the law. That also means protecting people righteously, not hurting people in this situation, in this video, okay? Not being corrupt. When you're corrupt, you cannot teach right, okay? So, that's why that badge, you need to stop idolizing that, go to our badge and realize they are humans, okay? And with that badge, they're supposed to be honoring our worship, and also they're getting taxpayer money, just like welfare and food stamps and Section 8 and public housing. The cops are getting paid under our paychecks. That's why they take the taxes out of checks. That's okay. We should not have no taxes taken care of, and they should continue to harass people for some doggone on donations, okay? On the phone. Anyway, because I get tired of calling my phone. Anyway, point is, and I do tell them what's going on, what's on my mind. Truth of the matter is that I also was mistreated by cops who are African descent. So I can't sit here and say, oh, and I had good Asian people, and I had good Hispanic people, and I had good bad Asian and bad Hispanic folks too mistreat me as well. I was African descent. But it wasn't but 10 years ago when I came back from El Paso, as I mentioned in my Terry Crews video. Back in April or late March 2007, I was accepted for a job to go for an interview to work at the men's warehouse. Okay? And at that time, I lived on the east side, so I had to catch a bus and go catch a bus, the number 8 in downtown. We used to go downtown, the medical center, or go medical 1 2, and then go all the way on Belfort. You know, if you don't want to know Southwest Houston, coming from where the Ashford used to be at NRG, from Belfort all the way to Beltway in Belfort, that's a long route. I remember coming out there, it was hot. I was all dressed, business casual, excited for the interview. And I asked the security officer with the brother, who's Harris County deputy, where to go. So, because right there when you go in the entry, men's warehouse on Belfort, that's a Asian Catholic church. I think it's a Vietnamese, and I was like, oh, because Catholic, I'm a convert to Catholicism. That means universal to all children of God, right? So I said, well, I can go to mass every time I come if I work on Sunday, or Saturday, if they have an evening mass, whatever. So it's good. I'm so happy. And so when I go into the gate, because the gate is where people come in, park, go, kind of check in, for parking. Well, I don't have a car, so I was walking. So I mistakenly thought the security officer told me to go on the other end, and it was like a door frame looking thing. It was like a window door thing. So I thought it meant that. So I was going towards there, and the Harris County deputy officer, this real dark skinned brother, real dog, with a baby afro, short cut, big. Hey, get on in here. So when he's saying, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I didn't, and so I walked straight down there till we had to get to the end to get to the office. And they told me I had to do another application, the application online. And I was crying. I was talking to a Hispanic dude that was there, and I was telling him my side of the story. And Hispanic was there too. And the security officers, the dark-skinned one, and the real dude who's real lighter than me, the one I remember he was telling when he was part Puerto Rican, he like Terrence Howard a little bit, but not too light Terrence, like between me and Terrence complexion, with light eyes. Don't forget, a little flat top fade. No, like a fade, but with a little hair on top. Okay, but not flat top all the way, but like a little, y'all don't talk about the little Caesar fade, but you have a little hair up in here. I don't forget he was tall. The other was dark skinned too. And he was asking why. I said the police officer was, man, he's talking about the dark skin. He said, yeah, that's what I can't do about it. Like, he was arrogant about it. I'm like, but I didn't come here and start it. I was just accidentally went the wrong way. And my whole self-esteem dropped. I was on medication at the time. And I remember telling, and I remember the dude came over there just looking like intimidating face, and I was saying to myself, if the white folks do something to you, bro, no black life. No black life, but I ain't gonna defend your behind, cause I know that you fronting for white people. Even though how the white people there, okay, pure white people, okay. And I remember I had the interview with the sister that was there. I told her about the problem. And then I had to take a test, and it's like a matching test, and math test and all that, and what goes here and there, and I failed it. And last time I went there was 2013, and it was for a job fair, but the man wasn't there. But when I went to 2007, that really hurt me. In 2007, I remember having cops of African descent mistreated me. When I was trying to sell my watch, and if anyone know that I had issues with the head director of the Social Development Job Corps, she deceased, Spanish lady. And one thing she did not know, I fought for my rights. When I first met her in 2004, I knew, just gut feeling, discerning feeling, that she was a product. And she the one. There's a lot of things she did. The good things and bad things she did, but she died of cancer once I left. Well, anyway, she gave me a watch. Anyone knows me, when you're a big enemy of mine, I like to get rid of it, okay? Because I don't want no remind me. And I need money. That's why I was looking for work. After that $1,000 I had went away, shopping at CVS trying to take care of his hair, trying to look good because I was trying to look good for modeling as well. While I was looking for a regular job and singing at the model at the time. And I remember looking for a pawn shop to sell the watch. It was some Walmart watches they gave for Christmas. I didn't want it because it reminded me of her, but I needed some money. And it was an HPD cop. I thought it was a regular security, but he was HPD in blue, and he was reading a book. And he right there on OST and Scott in 2007, same round time. I asked the brother, I said, "Do you know what the paying on rent at my grandma's house? So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save money, and then you're trying to buy interview clothes, trying to take it, braid your hair. I gotta get my hair braided every week. You know what I'm saying? And then get relaxing here and there. Okay, and now it's bus fare, and stuff. And you're trying to get interview clothes. You're trying to take care of yourself. Trying to take care of your look as well in case you get a modeling job, you know what I'm saying? So you can come there, you're looking fresh when you go to, so, Lord, I'll never forget that. Anyway, so when I asked the man, he was rude to me. And then the next year, I had an issue with another cop. It was an HPD, no, it was sheriff department. Now, y'all know that old ghetto McDonald's right there owned by, what do you call that place? Greyhound. Right there by the cathedral. The Catholic Cathedral, okay? Sacred Heart Cathedral. Owned by, now, Pierce, St. Joseph Parkway area. Okay? They had Ratchet McDonald's where all the people sleeping in tents down there too. Okay. Before it got wild, they had a police officer, and it was cool. I know the cop that got shot last year. Not per se, but I met him before, and my prayers go out to him. So wasn't that the light skinned guy with the green eyes? And sometimes you come arrogant, Officer Compton, whatever name. Anyway, no offense to mention his name, but it wasn't him. He's precinct 7. God rest he's alive, but he got shot. This was a HPD. This was a Harris County, not constable. This was a deputy, and this man, he wasn't high yellow like the cop that got shot last year. They used to come visit that store all the time. This was a dude about camera like me, but he was old school. And what it was, I had my CD Walkman, and I would listen to music sometimes, or listen to a Catholic apologetic, like Tim. What's the name? Tim from Catholic Answers now. I think he still did with them, but he wasn't. Tim Staples. Or something about apologetics or whatever, because I was trying to learn my faith all over, and not just music. And what it was, the battery was leaking, and so it's a fire. It's a fire station nearby. The brother told me that I had to wash it off because something happened and clean the area. So when I said, well, let me go get a McDouble, and I go wash. So the cop by my complexion, but older, big, and he would sit down. So I said, "Sir, do you know anything about fire safety or anything?" Just nice, because he a police officer. He probably a little know because they're not the same rank, as fire. But I just asked a question. He said, "I don't know. He got an ugly attitude." So I ain't did nothing to him. So I have always, usually sometimes when I get ice cream cone, Sunday I would get a salad bag, a plastic bag. So I asked the sister, I said, "Why wouldn't anybody can you give me a plastic bag?" Because, I had this thing linking. That's the reason why. Because, of course it might corrode in the plastic, but, you know what I'm saying? If it's paper, it's going to really, yeah. And the dude jumped up and said, "Sir, they'll give you any bag they'll give you, what he said, they'll give you any bag, they will give you whatever they want to give you." And I said, "Why are you being rude to me?" He said, I ain't say you're a homeless person. So I'm like, what the hell wrong with this man? So I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, of course, because you have to use Barcelona because the homeless people trying to live in that restroom. They've been going on since the 90s. I'm 38 years old, so they've been going on since the 90s when they tried to do that back in the day. So, that's why. And so what I did was I talked to the manager. The manager that was there had he bought my place with long ponytail. I was jealous of him because I was trying to get my hair like him. But anyway, before he cut his permed hair and got out to a fro now. He worked at McDonald's for years. He worked at another one. I don't want to tell his business. I snitched on the officer. Then I contact the manager and I asked the store manager. I said, "This man here was rude to me. I want his badge number. Um, you know what I'm saying? I want his badge number, and I want to know what he because I think I called Legal Shield. Some people, and I said, yeah, I called one of the law legal advice people. Told, yeah, you need to get the badge number or whatever. Or I called Harris County and see what office he worked at so I can talk to his superiors. And they didn't. The brother that worked there, or the manager, did not give me the information. Not the one that was appointed, the one who was store manager. He didn't give me no information. But I know when I got there many times, because I used to sometimes when I go to Mass downtown, I will go get something to eat, and I never get, or either just happen to be in downtown, and that man, the officer, he was docile. Like he didn't want, he left me alone then, cause I have family members. I'm going to detail who they are. One of them was a judge in my family. Um, I'm not a thug. I don't know all the law, but I read about the law. Also, I try to my best to follow the law to the best of my knowledge and ability, and also to I know if you're not knowledgeable, you're gonna hurt from it. So that's why many cops, even they know I know exactly what they're doing and what they're doing, and I read about or go on YouTube is true source on there anything to know about what's going on. The internet is available now to know what's going on. So that's to let you know that I have bad experience with cops of African American descent before. Um, I, even in my own residence, okay, and I was complaining about something, and one of them, who's a corrupt one, was trying to take up for the person who cut my cable. So, do you understand that I had to get the captain involved this year about it? So, do I get my point that y'all sitting here talk about Hispanic cops and Asian cops, but we have people in our own community who will stab us in the back. Okay, I am mixed with Spanish Creole. Many of us do have Spanish roots in our family as well, because you have black folks marrying Mexican people after slavery, especially the men in the valley. Um, you know, um, you know, even Tom Blue, who was one of the slaves of Sam Houston, who ran to Mexico, married a Mexican woman. So I didn't know your history in Black Seminoles. So Spanish Creole, what I'm saying? So you never know what you got in you, before you start bumping your guns about stuff like the Hispanic folks cannot talk about us because they part black from Latin America. They part black too. the third race in Mexico. Okay, the George Lopez was shot. I wasn't, because I read about this stuff. I'm in multiracial movie. We talk about this stuff. So before you start bumping your gums, y'all, we have cops with our own community that will stab us in the back. 10 times worse. And what it is, minority cops get away with the trash because people think that minorities, whether African American descent, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, mixed, dark, light, whatever, cannot be racist and bigoted. Only white people can, especially men. That's not true. Yes, we don't have power like our white male counterparts in this country. The one of Trump won. But other than that, but the truth, those who participate in that power is just as guilty, as the ones who in power doing it. Okay, so that's okay. So that's why I'm against that. I had to even disagree when they were talking about a Mariah Carey situation, and a white woman that was owning another sister on Young Turks. I had to disagree with that white woman. Excuse me, you're right in one end, but there's a lot of minorities using that argument to be racist. So even in this case here, okay, so that's why. And I'm just letting you know that I had cops who are African descent who was just as worse. And even when I was dealing with an issue at an event that usually happens here every year, as a security officer, and I had a problem with the Harris County one, and I told the HPD officers who are a minority, one that was Hispanic, Latino, and one who looked a real streamy dark skin version of Eddie Murphy. The Hispanic one was rude to me, and lucky I didn't call Mayor Turner and complain on both of them behind. And the dark skinned brother didn't have my back. He didn't have my back. He sure did. He didn't have my back. And I'm like this, because I'm telling you, if something happens to them, because let me let you know why I'm saying this. There was a woman named Kathy something, I forgot her name. She was a former HPD officer in the Forward Times, 2013. She revealed that minority cops in HPD get mistreated by white counterparts. This is weird because the police chief, not Art, who's Hispanic, but the one with the Irish last name, who's about a little bit darker than me, McCullen, did not do anything about the situation to my knowledge because it would have been going on. Okay? So when I say that when I want some white person to do something to them, when they do something wrong to me and they're a minority, that's what I'm talking about. Because in their report, she revealed this way before the New York Police Department, when the minorities came in and revealed what they was told to do. And this what happens. The white cops who are racist harass and mistreat minority cops on their force. And so minority cops try to assimilate in their culture to fit in to keep a good paycheck and pension. And they emulate the same behavior that the white racist cop will do to other minorities. Okay? They do it to each other. Hispanic cops do it to minority cops, other Hispanics, especially if they're immigrants and they're born here. Y'all shocked about what happened in San Diego with a rental cop, the stupid big old fat, gordo aborto, fat Albert, a Latino dude, a big old fat Pocho Hispanic dude that was mistreating the Hispanic woman, talking about she's illegal. And I understand, because I'm an event security officer, I know, but we're taught to show respect to the patrons. Even they're wrong not to be unprofessional, okay? Because it makes your company look bad, and it makes you look bad, and they can, whatever you do to them, they can come back and sue you and the company if you are doing ugly things to that person, even though they're trespassing. If I go and curse them out and then put my hands on a person, do you know that they can go back and tell my company and I lose my job and I might lose my license? Okay, I'm a event security officer. I have a class C. No, I have a level 2. I'm not commissioned. Okay, and we're taught we have to show customer service. as security officers, you cannot sit here and talk. There are times I would like to get off and get ugly with people. Don't get wrong. Don't get wrong, because I don't go out and try to antagonize people. I try to do the best I can do and show respect the way how I want to respect it, because I put myself in a predicament, especially the previous situations I had with officers before, whether it be security or regular police officers. Okay, so why would I want to put someone in that predicament? Okay, and those who believe in that, trust me, don't let me be no chief of the security, or not security, of the police officer, because y'all like to be mistreat people. Trust me, I give you the same damn treatment. You watch that movie Vita that Madonna played in. Okay, remember when she was middle class, and her daddy was high class, and she treat those who are middle class, who are high class, like trash, cause they didn't let them go visit their dad, and she loved her dad. I remember her dad had an affair. Okay, remember she rose to power as she married Ava Pavone. She rose to power and she mistreat those who mistreated her. Don't let me be in power, okay? Because I don't want to, because it's two wrongs to make right, of course. But that person say, why you? I didn't want to be put in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? So nobody wants. So that officer that was on in San Diego Mall mistreating his own people, from, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna say, well, you see about Africa. No, the Africans I'm talking about, to go back to Africa on my video, I'm talking about who mistreat us. I ain't say every African. I'm African descent too. Not 100%, but God dog it. The one who mistreat, because I'm, you know what I'm saying, many times owe my arms to those of African descent and got backstabbed by them. So that's what I mean. I'm talking about the individual aspect, not the whole African people who are immigrants. I ain't talking about that. Don't twist my words. But this woman here wasn't doing anything wrong. She begging for money. And the Hispanic dude came in there, though, fat Albert, looking like, you know, Gordo Aborto, but fat means Gordo in Spanish. Gordo Aborto, fat Albert looking bitch, came in and mistreated that woman and talked to her like a damn ass dog. And like I say, and you know, saying he talking about immigrant. And anyway, if that man took his badge off and took his uniform on, don't let no Trump support person who is a authority figure, who be a white cop, stop him on the road and call him all type of wetbacks and spicks. Okay? And no offense, I'm not calling his family, but I'm saying that's 19 what happened. And I bet you he'd be crying. He will not remind himself. So when I tell you that minority cops do me wrong, like the Latino one, especially one for HPD on April 4, 2014, at the McDonald's on when I was the victim of the crime, a white person tried to sexual abuse and harass me in racial harassment in the restroom. Officer Ruiz, the one who, Sergeant Ruiz now, the one who arrested SPM Carlos Croy, that dude who also had a case when the LA riots happened. His ass was in a scandal when people accused him of being racist during that time here in Houston. And yes, I'm going to reveal that situation. Don't ever mess with me, dude. I will get Mayor Turner or get Eric Holder on you, and you would lose that badge, you and your son, if your son harassed me, because I know your son is also part of the police department as well. I did a lot of research on it. One thing you was messing with a smart brother, and got dog. I also have Spanish roots. Real. I will dominate, whether it be the Spanish roots of my family tree or the melon in my skin in this situation. So don't play with me, okay? Anyway, don't get all that way. So point is, the truth of the matter is, if something happens to them, white people who are part of the Nazi Ku Klux Klan, who are in the police department, even as long as a white cousin of mine, because when I was tracing my roots, there are redneck people in my family who are racist. Okay? Yes, when I was tracing my ancestry, I told y'all, okay, my Asian doctor cousin told me, if they do something to them, trust me, blood thicker than water, I will be on their damn side. Because, first of all, I'm not a did-it-up thug. I don't sag my pants. I don't try to purposely commit crimes and be a miss society. I try to do everything right in this country. The only thing that I will say the fair do is a self-defense if someone do me wrong. I go berserk with, because the truth of the matter is, anyone who knows psychology, I don't want to be put in that predicament, period, 100%, regardless if it's going to happen to me or not. So, relate to the situation. When I was mistreated at that restaurant that day, and I was the victim, of the crime, not the victimizer. The victimizer left the scene. I took a picture of him when I left that McDonald's after being berated and mistreated and talked down and emasculated by Sergeant Ruiz. And let you know, Latino brother, Alpha Mestizo don't want to admit it, but you are. If any white officer do something to you within your rank, don't ask me for your Latino lives or partially black lives matter to you. Because don't forget, Mexico have African roots too, and it could be in your family tree as well if you don't want to admit it or not. But the truth of the matter is, that's what he did to me. He talked to me crazy and talked to me down when I was the victim of the crime. And trust me, lucky I didn't go get a good lawyer to sue y'all department. Because the one thing about, if I have any statute of limitation, I think about doing it the next step. So, the one thing, they forget so that's the reason I'm bringing this up, because in that article, Miss Kathy, the sister, dark-skinned sister in that article, talked about that. If y'all put stories together, minority cops are mistreated, talked down by white counterparts in their department. Even if they do have a higher rank, they could be a leader, they could be a sergeant, they could be a chief, don't matter. They get treated by white people, especially white people who have ties to those who own the rank of judges, because the Klan is involved. The real reason why it's racism at LAPD, and HPD too, but I'm talking about LAPD in this case, what happened to Ronald Shields, is what Judge Joe Brown said on Wake Up TV. I followed that on YouTube. He said that they was recruiting back in the 60s and 70s cops from the South, white racist cops, who in their town, remember in a small town, you either gonna work the city job, the town job, the clerk, you know what I'm saying, or a small doctor or school, you know what I'm saying, small towns, or a sheriff. It's like best to be a millionaire to be a sheriff in a small town. You know what I'm saying? Big city, you have more opportunity and more occupations. Well, in these small towns, they have Klan people. And of course, the Klan, like they did back in the day in the 60s and 70s, and nothing new in the sun. And before, Jim Crow was part of the police. You couldn't go snitch, because they used to talk to the person as their buddy. Okay? So what they did was they sent out letters and advertisements to the South and any racist areas of part of the country to attract white racist men and women as well, but particularly men, to come to LA and get a pension and all these benefits away from their small town and show their racism. So that's what corrupted the police force. And later on, when they took higher ranks, that's why they had Mark Farmer. The minorities who joined in were belittled. Don't forget, and also too, you got gangsters in LA who also part of LAPD, black and brown. The Suge Knight and Biggie and the Tupac situation revealed that right after the OJ trial with Mark Farmer. And don't forget, speaking of LAPD and Biggie's death, that lighter-skinned brother who was a chief didn't want to help Miss Wallace in her case. Sure didn't. Because they already revealed how dirty Mark Farmer was. But that brother didn't show no love to that sister about her son's murder in LA. So y'all making this about Hispanic, Asian, please, you need to stop that argument right there. First of all, stop depending on people. I'm learning that too. Depend on God. I ain't perfect. God, it says in the Bible that a steward supposed to prove to be trustworthy. And that's in Corinthians. And I ain't perfect, but St. Paul said in Corinthians chapter 4:2. Chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 4:2. A steward, and these are stewards, they have to prove themselves to be trustworthy. You don't put the trust in them. And I practice that with them, actually with everybody, period. But I practice with those at work. I practice that here in these apartments. Then with management here, I practice that with anybody authority figure. They have to, even in church, you have to prove yourself to be trustworthy. I ain't gonna trust you. That's why we don't trust cops. And never forget, with our taxpayer money, they better be proven to be trustworthy. because they're supposed to serve and protect, not hurt and mistreat. Okay? So you get that in your head. Also, too, that's why. So when you got gangsters, okay, different colors, and you got thug Nazis too, no different in the gangsters and clan folks, what department you gonna have? And only thing that's driving them is that LA celebrity money. Cause the revenue so big there when it comes to that money is because of Hollywood. That's why I said to Terry Crews, you need to be careful reporting that white man who wrote them because they might take his side. Look what happened to Michael Jackson, money talk, but dang on it. Michael Jackson's lucky that he won his case. That was Santa Barbara. They got connections. So, anyway, so that's why. But let you know that these minority cops are being told, like the New York Police Department told the black and brown people came out and said that they was told by their officers in New York, the white people, to harass minorities and LGBT people. Go to Harlem, Bronx. They get a pension, a check, some type of credit, or some type of every ticket they write. And they thought it was unethical because they didn't want to sell out. And everybody always bashed New York and talking about how liberal it is and Marxism. I guess that Marxism worked that and it was good that day because they came together and revealed the fact what was going on. Okay? And they said this, and listen to me, minorities. They said that if it was a nurse, why I say nurse? If it was Manhattan, in white area, they would get the mail would get so much calls and emails. And that's what we need. That's what I said about me contacting Mayor Turner when I have problem with officers. That's because that's the boss of the city police department, the mayor. That's why it's important to vote locally, not just presidential, locally. Because whoever gets the vote that's corrupt, that's why we'll be having problems with. If you have problems with the police officers in your city, contact the mayor. Email the mayor. Mail a letter to the mayor. That's their boss. Okay? Don't sit here and think that every time somebody Obama come in, you want to go vote. No, vote locally. Get these people out of office who provide that mess. Okay. Also, too, I want to say this as well. You need to also you need to get a lawyer. To my brother Shields, you need to sue the LAPD. LAPD gonna be losing so much damn money. I'm you know that, y'all, because this is no case. Rodney King, I think, suing Warren, but before Rodney King, I mentioned the Dole family. Dole family, they Samoan. If anybody know, I watched Garlea wrestling back in that Mount Fiji, the one who used to fight Big Bad Mama Voodoo Queen. She's Samoan. They had a party for their wedding, for the sister's wedding. And white neighbors in their neighborhood was complaining that they had Samoan. They were fighting, get drunk, which was untrue. So when the cops came, it was like a SWAT team type of cops came out there. They mistreated them. They arrested Mount Fiji's brother. Mount Fiji's brother, he almost committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't trying to be in no jail. You know what I'm saying? So they won. They fought, but LAPD did not apologize in court. And so you need to sue the LAPD. No wonder they keep asking people, asking for some donations. And every time they call me. I said, I'm not giving to a donation to a police until they change their attitude. And I'm starting to see eye to eye beside taxpayer money, and ain't nothing to provide them jobs and uniforms and guns and tasers and stuff besides our taxpayer money. Everybody talking about welfare Like I'm paying for other people. Guess what? I'm paying for corrupt cops too. When I would clock in at work and and then when I get my paycheck and get the net pay, I'm paying for the cops too to hurt me as well. That's why we say Black Lives Matter, Latino Lives Matter, and Native Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, y'all. The thugs that killing us, who ain't working, ain't got no government job. They don't get these. They might get paid under government money, but they don't get legit money. You see what I'm saying? So that's the whole reason why. I'll tell y'all. So the minority cops have been told their rank to do what they do because they get away with it, and that's the reason why you see those two. So I'm glad they got caught. And I told my brother, you need to contact the mayor of your town. Right? I'm getting sleepy, y'all. Bye. Have a nice day.